I needed a new headlamp, so I picked this one up from Wowtac. What's happening, Panda Nation? Peter Von Panda here. Hey, you know I like the Wowtac flashlights, and I picked this headlamp up because I needed to do some work on my lawnmower specifically, and I wanted to try out this because it's not only just a headlamp, but it's also supposed to be a really great flashlight too. And what we get here is a micro USB cable for charging it up, and then we get the headlamp itself. And what you can see here is this looks a little different from some of your other headlamps in that this is not just a headlamp, but it's also like a little micro flashlight. So what you can see is it's like a little periscope design. Now you can see this little rubber holder here. It's pretty simple. It's a little stretchy. It seems very strong, but it's holding that flashlight in place like a headlamp. And now with this elastic band, I could just put this on my head like this, and I could rotate it around, and I'll have the functionality just like a headlamp. And it's kind of infinitely adjustable because the only thing that's holding it in place is the tension on the rubber. Now what I can do here is actually pull this out. There are a couple of deep grooves here which these little rubber straps go into, so you don't have to worry about it sliding out inadvertently. It also has some big knurling right there. It's only a couple inches long, so it's pretty small. We have the micro USB charging port right there. We have a couple fins here on this end for cooling, and you can see that periscope design, got a vertical design with the LED emitter in there, and then the power button right on top. Looks like we can twist the body off right here. I can feel the O-ring in there. And I got it open, and we do have a battery in here. It's a 650 milliamp hour Wowtac battery, and obviously rechargeable. Spring on the bottom end, all the electronics on the top end. Tighten back up. If I hit the button here, you can see that it's on. It's gonna be a little hard to see here out here. Single press turns it on, and kind of long presses cycle through the modes there. So you can see we have a low, medium, and bright, and a really bright if I double click it. And if I triple click it, we get to an SOS mode. So pretty cool. All right, now that you've seen it, let's test it in the dark. All right, it's night, and I'm doing a little repair work on my lawnmower, and because it's totally dark, it is super nice to have this Wowtac headlamp, and I can adjust it, you know, rotate it around. But on the middle setting here, you can see how bright this thing is. So obviously I have no trouble seeing anything. That's pretty awesome. So it was pretty easy to repair the lawnmower there with this headlamp. And now I'm just going to kind of walk around. You can see here, man, this thing is bright, huh? If I hold down here, we'll go down to the low level. And I'll tell you what, for walking at a walking pace, this is great because right in front of me, 5-6 feet, it lights things up pretty well. And then if I go up one step, I'll tell you this middle is probably all you really need in most cases. Man, that is really bright. And if we go up one more to the bright, man, this is really bright. I think you can tell. And if I double click it, man, going on this turbo, that is crazy. And see trees out there, all my stuff, the garden. Hey, if you want to pick up this headlamp, which also works as a flashlight and is adjustable and is just a little more extreme than most headlamps and is totally portable because of its small size, I think it's awesome. Hey, if you want to pick it up, I'll put a link to it in the description below. Peter Von Panda, out.